Task small backyard, add solar panels and start a garden. How to turn any small space into a food plus energy machine that pays you monthly BI intro. The hook. What if I told you that the small backyard behind your house is quietly costing you money every single month? Not because of what it's doing, because of what it's not doing. Most backyards do exactly one thing. Grow grass that you mow, water, and maintain at hundreds of dollars per year, producing absolutely nothing in return. But what if that same space could produce two things that most households pay thousands of dollars for every year? Food and electricity, not as a futuristic concept, not as something requiring a massive farm or engineering degree, as something you can start building this weekend with tools and seeds from any hardware store. This combination even has a scientific name: agrivoltaics, combining solar energy and food production in the same space simultaneously. Today we're going to show you exactly how to transform a small backyard into a system that produces both food and electricity, reduces your monthly bills significantly, and with the right setup can generate real income. Stay until the end, because we're breaking down exactly how much money this setup can realistically save or generate each month. The numbers surprise most people. Chapter 1. What is agrivoltaics and why it matters? The world has a problem that's actually several problems stacked together. Global population is expected to grow by 1.2 billion people within 15 years. Food demand is rising faster than population growth. And electricity demand is growing even faster because of electric vehicles, data centers, and AI computing. Solar panels need enormous amounts of land to generate serious electricity. We need more land for food. We need more land for solar. And we're running out of land for both separately. Agrivoltaics is the answer. Instead of choosing between using land for food or solar energy, you design a system that does both simultaneously on the same land. Here's where it gets interesting for backyard homeowners. The benefits aren't just additive. They're synergistic, meaning the combination produces benefits that neither system produces alone. Solar panels shade plants below them. That shade reduces water evaporation from soil. Less evaporation means plants need significantly less irrigation. A well-studied agrivoltaic project in the Netherlands found crops under solar panels required 50% less irrigation water than crops in open fields. The plants below panels cool the panels through their limited evaporation. Cooler solar panels are significantly more efficient than hot ones. So plants help panels perform better, while panels protect plants from extreme heat, hail, and storm damage. Two systems protecting and improving each other at the same time. For your backyard, this means garden beds placed under or near solar panels will need less watering, be more protected from weather extremes, and potentially produce better yields in hot summer months. Your solar panels will produce electricity more efficiently because of the cooling effect of surrounding plants. This is documented in peer-reviewed research from the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy in Germany and from commercial agrivoltaic farms in the Netherlands, Japan, France, and the United States. Chapter 2. The Science. Why shade helps your garden. Here's something that surprises most people. Putting solar panels over your garden doesn't necessarily hurt your plants. For many commonly grown vegetables and fruits, it actually helps them. Plants grow by converting sunlight into biomass through photosynthesis. But here's the critical detail most people don't know. Plants have a light saturation point. After a certain amount of sunlight, plants cannot absorb any more energy. Any additional light beyond that point doesn't make them grow faster. Instead, it forces them to get rid of excess energy by evaporating more water through their leaves. That means in very sunny conditions, many plants are actually wasting water just to deal with more sunlight than they can use. Shade-tolerant plants, which include a remarkably long list of vegetables most people want to grow, actually perform better with filtered or partial light rather than full direct sun all day. The shade-tolerant list is longer than you think. Lettuce, spinach, arugula, Swiss chard, kale, and all leafy greens. Tomatoes tolerate partial shade and in extremely hot climates produce better fruit with afternoon shade. Potatoes, raspberries, strawberries, herbs including parsley, cilantro, and mint. Peas, beans, broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. The Fraunhofer Institute found that nearly all crops can be cultivated under solar panels, and in their ReSola project from 2016 to 2018, they found something remarkable. During hot and dry years, crops under solar panels actually exceeded the yields from open fields. In the hottest summer months, solar panel coverage can be the difference between a garden that thrives and one that struggles. Chapter 3. Designing Your Backyard Solar Garden Design Option 1. Elevated solar pergola, the most practical and aesthetically pleasing option for most residential backyards. You install a pergola structure that spans your primary garden area with solar panels mounted on the roof. The pergola generates electricity from panels on top, provides partial shade to garden beds below, creates a covered outdoor living space, and protects your garden from hail and heavy rain. Cost range: $8,000 to $25,000 installed. Design Option 2. Tilted panel rows with garden between solar panels mounted in tilted rows facing south with garden beds running between the rows. The spaces between rows receive direct sunlight part of the day and shade from panels during other hours, creating ideal conditions for herbs, leafy greens, and shade-tolerant plants. Bifacial solar panels work particularly well here, collecting energy from both sides of the panel, including light reflected off light-colored mulch between beds. Cost range: $6,000 to $18,000. Design Option 3. Panel canopy over raised beds, the simplest version. Elevated solar panel mounts positioned over existing or new raised garden beds, high enough for comfortable gardening work underneath. This loses the least growing space because panel supports require minimal ground contact. Cost range: $5,000 to $15,000. Design Option 4. Vertical panels along fence lines. Vertically mounted bifacial panels along property boundaries collect morning light on one side and afternoon light on the other. They cast much less shade than overhead panels while generating meaningful electricity and turning unused fence line space into productive energy generators. Chapter 4. The money. What you can realistically earn or save. There are two distinct financial streams from a backyard solar garden: electricity savings and food production value. Stream 1. Solar electricity. The average American household spends approximately $135 per month on electricity. A backyard agrivoltaic system typically works with 3 to 8 kilowatts of capacity. Small system at 3 kilowatts in a sunny state produces 400 to 500 kilowatt-hours monthly, worth $64 to $80 per month. Medium system at 6 kilowatts produces 700 to 850 kilowatt-hours monthly, worth $112 to $136 per month. Larger system at 8 to 10 kilowatts produces 1,000 to 1,000 kilowatt-hours monthly, worth $160 to $208 per month. Most U.S. states have net metering policies allowing homeowners to sell excess solar electricity back to the grid. In states like California, New York, and Massachusetts, well-sized systems generate actual cash credits of $100 to $300 per month above consumption in peak summer months. Over a full year with good sun exposure, a properly sized system with net metering produces between $1,500 and $3,500 in total electricity value. Food production. Value: the average American family spends $1,200 to $2.00 per year on fresh produce. A productive backyard garden can replace a significant portion of that spending. Tomatoes. One plant produces 10 to 15 pounds per season, worth $30 to $60. 10 plants, $300 to $600. Lettuce and salad greens. One 4x8 raised bed produces 1 to 2 pounds per week throughout the season. At $5 to $8 per pound, that's $120 to $384 per season from one bed. Herbs. A small 2x4 herb bed produces the equivalent of $20 to $40 per week in fresh herbs at retail prices. Annual herb value, $400 to $800. Raspberries and strawberries actually perform better under solar panels than in full sun, according to the Dutch research. An established raspberry row of 10 plants can produce 20 to 40 pints per season, worth $80 to $320. A well-designed backyard garden of 200 to 400 square feet can realistically produce $500 to $4, zero worth of food at retail grocery prices per year. Combined monthly financial impact. Conservative estimate with small system and modest garden. Solar savings $65 plus food value $100 equals $165 per month, $1,980 per year. Moderate estimate with medium system and productive garden. Solar savings $120 plus food value $200 equals $320 per month, $3. $840 per year. Optimistic estimate with larger system, strong net metering and excellent garden. Solar savings and net metering $200 plus food value $350 equals $550 per month, $6,600 per year. Tree Chapter 5. Building your backyard garden Step 1. Assess your space before buying anything. Observe how sunlight moves across your backyard throughout the day. Note which areas receive full sun, which receive morning sun and afternoon shade, and which are consistently shaded. The sunniest spots are best for solar panels and most productive plants. Partially shaded areas are perfect for leafy greens and herbs. This assessment determines both where to position panels for maximum electricity and which plants will thrive in each zone. Step 2. Build raised beds. Raised beds are the foundation of productive backyard food gardening. They warm up faster in spring, drain better, prevent soil compaction, and produce dramatically higher yields per square foot than traditional row gardening. Best dimensions: 4 feet wide by 8 feet long by 12 inches deep. Perfect soil mix: 40% quality topsoil, 30% mature compost, 20% perlite or coarse sand, 10% coconut coir. This combination, called Mel's Mix, produces exceptional raised bed results. Step 3. Plant strategically. Use the square foot gardening method. Tomatoes and peppers get 1 plant per square foot. Lettuce gets 2 per square foot. Spinach and arugula get 4 to 6. Carrots and radishes get 9 to 16. For ground-level growing areas, the Three Sisters method is one of the most productive planting approaches ever developed. Corn provides structure for bean vines to climb. Beans fix nitrogen into soil, fertilizing the corn and squash naturally. Squash grows along the ground, shading soil and suppressing weeds. 3 crops in the same space, each improving conditions for the others with minimal external inputs needed. Step 4. Set up drip irrigation. Water management is the most common reason backyard gardens fail. Set up drip irrigation from the beginning, and the challenge essentially disappears. Drip irrigation delivers water directly to root zones, eliminating waste from evaporation and runoff. Under solar panel canopy, it becomes even more efficient because panels block heat that would otherwise evaporate surface moisture. The combination of drip irrigation and solar panel shading can reduce water use by 50 to 70% compared to a traditional open-sun garden with overhead sprinklers. A basic system with timer for 4 to 6 raised beds costs $150 to $400 and essentially automates your watering completely. Step 5. Start composting. Kitchen scraps and garden waste that most people throw away become free, high-quality fertilizer. A simple 2-bin system lets you have 1 bin actively breaking down while the other finishes into ready-to-use compost. What goes in? Vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, eggshells, grass clippings, dried leaves, cardboard, and garden plant waste. A household of 4 with an active garden typically produces enough compostable material to supply raised beds with 1 to 2 inches of compost as annual top dressing, completely free. Chapter 6. Challenges to prepare for permits and regulation. Solar panel installation requires a permit in most jurisdictions. Contact your local planning department before spending anything. The good news is solar permits are typically routine approvals once engineering documentation is submitted by your installation company. HOA restrictions. Many states have passed solar rights laws limiting an HOA's ability to prohibit solar panels even in restricted communities. Check your state's solar rights law before assuming HOA restrictions are the final word. Upfront costs. The biggest obstacle is upfront investment. However, the federal solar investment tax credit allows you to deduct 30% of solar installation costs from federal taxes. On a $20,000 installation, that's a $6,000 tax credit. Many states have additional rebates and incentives at dsiruose.org. Solar financing allows installation with no money down. Choosing the right installer. Not all solar installers are experienced with pergola or ground-mounted agrivoltaic systems. Get at least 3 quotes. Ask specifically about experience with elevated and ground-mounted systems. Request references from similar installations. Adopt Don Chapter 7. The Financial Timeline. Year 1. Investment of $15,000 to $25,000. After federal tax credit, your net cost is $10,500 to $17,500. First year electricity savings of $900 to $1,400. First year food production value of $500 to $1,000. Year 2 and beyond, full production. Monthly electricity savings and net metering of $80 to $200. Monthly food production value of $150 to $400 during peak growing season. Year 3 to Year 7. With combined savings of $2,000 to $5,000 annually, most systems reach financial break-even in this window. After break-even, the system produces net financial benefit for the remaining 20 to 25 years of the solar panel lifespan. Total lifetime benefit from a medium system can reach $40,000 to $80,000. Home value bonus. Solar panels increase home resale value by an average of $15,000 according to the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. That increase happens immediately upon installation, converting part of your investment directly into home equity. Conclusions. Your backyard is waiting. The small backyard behind your house is not just lawn, it's potential electricity generation your utility company currently charges you for. It's potential food production your grocery store currently profits from. It's potential financial returns that currently go nowhere because no one designed the space to produce them. The technology is available. The research proving it works is published. The financial incentives exist to help cover upfront costs. The plants that thrive in a solar garden environment are the same ones you'd want to grow anyway. Solar panels and a productive garden are not competing uses of a small backyard. In the right design, they are partners, each one making the other work better. Each one contributing to monthly financial benefits that compound over years and decades. Your backyard is not too small for this. Your budget is not necessarily a barrier. Your schedule does not need to change dramatically. What you need is a design, a plan, and the decision to start. Now you have both. The decision is yours. Find bonus segment. 300 words. Find one more idea that changes everything before you go. There's one more concept that ties everything together, and most people never think about it. Your backyard solar garden doesn't have to stop at food and electricity. Think bigger. Mushrooms grow beautifully in the shaded areas directly beneath your solar panels where almost nothing else thrives. Gourmet mushrooms like oyster and shiitake sell for $10 to $20 per pound at farmers markets. The deep shade under your panels that you thought was useless space becomes your most profitable square footage. Asterisk, rainwater collection integrated into your solar pergola structure captures runoff from the panel surface during rain. That collected water feeds directly into your drip irrigation system, reducing your water bill to nearly zero during rainy months. Asterisk beehives positioned near your backyard garden dramatically increase pollination rates for your vegetables and fruits. Studies show gardens with nearby beehives produce 20 to 30% higher yields. And those same bees produce honey worth $10 to $15 per pound that you can consume or sell locally. Small livestock, like chickens, can live between your garden zones. They eat pests naturally, fertilize your soil with nitrogen-rich waste, and produce eggs worth $5 to $8 per dozen at current market prices. Now add those numbers to what we already calculated: mushrooms, rainwater savings, higher yields from pollination, and eggs from chickens can realistically add another asterisk $200 to $500 per month in combined value to a system that was already producing $320 to $550 monthly. That's a backyard generating asterisk $500 to $1,000 every single month from space you currently mow and water for free. If this opened your eyes to what your backyard can actually do, hit subscribe right now. Every week we cover exactly this kind of thinking: real systems, real numbers, real results. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Asterisk because next week's video might be the one that changes everything for you. Right.